what is the earliest memory that you have of a prom, or if not a prom, some sort of formal? And does it have any type of similarities to the proms in this film, or does it very, very like differ from that?
It was pretty different. I mean, my prom experience was sort of it was different because I grew up in the city.
Mm.
So we had like five schools came together to do a prom together. But I went with my high school sweetheart, who, at the age of 17 was the love of my life. I designed my own dress. So it was very much a
Wow.
princess moment for me. It was great. And I actually, as we've been making the film, I've been thinking a lot about how, privilege is not having to think about struggle.
Mm.
And the fact that I never thought about a struggle when it came to prom. Even though I'm a woman, even though I'm a Black person, I am privileged when it comes to my sexual orientation and gender identification. And so I hadn't thought about it being as challenging as it was probably for many of my peers at the time. So it's important for us to always be willing to sort of, yes, we all have our struggle, but to also be aware of where we carry privilege, and where we need to open up and take in other people's experiences.
And Ariana, you've been killing it on Broadway for so many years. And unfortunately, we're not getting West Side Story this year because that would have been a twofer for these films. I wanted to know, was there anything that you learned about your craft personally in making this jump from, stage to the big screen?
You know what I've learned is that storytelling is storytelling, and when it's good, it's good.
Mm.
All of the skills that I learned in the Broadway community and in my 10 years of making Broadway musicals, I use the same skills to create the world of a movie for me. It's just how I allow the camera to capture it. So it actually is, so far, has been a fairly easy transition is in regards to switching how I think about the work. It's been fun. It's been really fun to have to think outside of the box and find different ways of storytelling. So that's been the gift. I like doing challenging things, and this is still a challenge. It's not easy, but it's really rewarding so far.
What's the main thing that you hope that people take away after watching this film?
There's so much to take away, but I think I'm so proud to be part of a film that in these unprecedented times, while we're in the midst of a global pandemic and an
Mhm.
economic downturn and institutional racism and the climate crisis, right? There's just so much that we're dealing with. And to be part of a project that just brings so much love and joy and celebration into people's homes and hearts, it's really exciting. I'm so grateful to be part of it. And I hope that people get reminded about how important it is that we love and accept each other unconditionally, right? Like, I think Mrs. Green is on a journey where she thinks she knows what's best for her child, which I think happens with a lot of parents,
Mhm.
particularly in communities of color, right? Where we think we understand what kids need to be and do and know. And Mrs. Green learns that in order to love her child unconditionally, she has to accept who she is
Mhm.
fiercely, and meet her where she is, and not expect her to be who she wants her to be, but love her for who she is. So I think that's such an important message, because we all deserve to have that sense of belonging, and to receive that kind of unconditional love.
Yeah.
I think this film coming out around the holidays is so important because this particular Christmas, after the year that we've had, it's a great opportunity to meet our loved ones where they are.
Mhm.
And I think you'll start to see a lot of young people doing that, like finding the courage to stand in their power, to live their authentic truths, um, and to also meet their parents where they are.
Mhm.
Carrie talks about unconditional love. That's exactly what it is. It goes both ways, though, right?
Mhm.
I remember, coming out for me, uh, it wasn't much of a thing, but I still had to meet, my grandparents where they were, my mom where she was, my friends even. It's making space, but also knowing that you are who you are, and your DNA is perfectly made. So
Mm,
that's what that is.
Such a
Wear
such
your
a good
crown,
message.
people. Wear your crown.
wear your crown. Wear your crown, kings and queens, wear your crown.
Ting,
Love
ting.
it. Love it. Well, thank you both so much for your time today. Can't wait till more people see the movie. And I hope both of you have a great Thanksgiving week.
Thank you, you too.
You too.